Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and author. And today I thought that we would do a little, that I would walk you through how I do my goal setting every week. It's funny because I had planned to do this video to replace another video that I had planned. So for this week's video, I was going to do like a plan as I go style vlog, and I forgot to update the footage for like being in my planner for Thursday and Friday. And so like Friday I was thinking, like, what can I do for this week's video since I can't finish creating that video. I need another idea, and I didn't really want to do like back-to-back plan with me's for whatever reason. I don't know. Let me know if you actually enjoy watching those. Leave me a comment. I can do more of them. I just don't know if people find them sort of redundant and repetitive. I do the same thing every week, and it, I am mostly a functional planner at this point, so I don't know if people just like enjoy seeing me write in my planner. I enjoy watching that, but I'm not everyone. So anyway, I was thinking like, okay, well, what can I do? I don't want to do another plan with me video. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I will go through my goal setting, because in my flip throughs, it's something that I tend to just, I don't skip over it, but I don't go into a great amount of detail about it either. And so I was like, okay, well, I will film sort of a goal setting video. And then I had someone leave a comment on my video. I'm sorry, I don't know who, or I don't know like the name of the account, and I don't happen to have my phone with me to look it up right now. But they left a comment saying, hey, what can you tell me what those inserts are that you use for your goal planning, because I'm trying to move like all of my goal stuff into my personal ring planner. So, and I believe I responded to that comment. I use PeanutsPlannerCo inserts that I have just repurposed, but we are going to kind of get into it today. So the goals section of my planner is back here, and for my weekly goal planning and setting, I should say, I use a couple different inserts. They are all from PeanutsPlannerCo. So I have this month on, I think it's month on 4 pages, or is that month on 2 pages? I don't know. I will link all of the inserts that I am using in the description box below in case you're interested. Anyway, this is essentially a monthly insert. It looks like this. I do not have any blank ones in here. I apologize. But instead of using it like a monthly, yeah, so I think it goes, this would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's how it's laid out. Or maybe it's a weekly, I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked here, but however you're meant to lay it out. I don't. What I did was just white out the days of the week and set it up. And a lot of how I am goal planning in my ring planner has been, I should say, inspired by both Moxie Life and a little bit of like the HB90 method from Sarah Cannon. And then I also had some goal inserts from an Etsy shop that is no longer open because I went to grab the link a couple months ago. Those are in my A5 planner, so I'm using a bit of that as well. So it's just kind of a hodgepodge of things that I felt kind of served me in being able to track my goals. And then I want to say it was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, several months ago, I after sort of using the categories that most goal setting systems use when talking about like goals and kind of categories of your life and a way to break those down, I really rethought my own categories and like how I think about my life, and deciding that it would be easier not only to develop goals, but also track goals if I sort of thought about them in or sorted them into buckets that just kind of aligned more with my life and the things that I am doing. I think because I am trying to establish like a creative career, that a lot of the goal categories as they are laid out are not, I won't say that they don't pertain to me, but my brain has a really hard time with the language of them and sort of figuring out like how to sort myself into those categories. And I will also link the video where I talked about my goal categories and like why I'm thinking of them differently and whatnot. So the first part of my goal setting is kind of breaking things down. So the one that really stays in my planner and doesn't change, although I haven't taken this out, is sort of, this is my big dreams column. So just like at the end of my life, when I am looking back, what are the things that I want to have accomplished? Then I have my 5-year column, my 1-year column, and then these are the kind of quarterly breakdowns. So this was for Q2, and then April, May, and June, which are the months that make up Q2. And we are now into Q3. So these are sort of the big picture goals for Q3, and then I break them down by the months in the quarter. So this column are my July goals. And then we get into my monthly breakdown of the categories and my action steps. So action steps is a way that I can break down the things that I need to do into smaller pieces that make it easier to kind of plug into my schedule when I'm planning out my week, and then to even further break it down when I am planning out my days. This is also an insert from PeanutsPlannerCo. This is her week on one page horizontal insert. I only have 6 categories, so I white out the days of the week again, and in this top box I will either put like a quote. This month I just put in an affirmation. I am trying to get over I don't know, sometimes a lot of like goal setting and like whether or not you believe in like vision boards or vision casting or manifestations, a lot of that, and I won't say that I don't believe in that, but a lot of that can feel a little like too sort of woo-woo for me. And so I am trying to be more open to accepting things that I think might help me. And I have a lot of negative self-talk pretty much around every single thing that I do in my life. And so I think, and my therapist thinks, that affirmations are a way for me to balance out the negative things that I think about myself. So every time I have a negative thought, I'm supposed to think of a positive affirmation or a positive quality or a positive thought. It does not always work like that. In fact, it rarely works like that, but I am trying. So that's all I can do for now. So let's move into this. So these are like my categories. So creative studio, and I think I have them. Okay, so here are the breakdowns of my categories of life and what they mean. So creative studio is essentially all things that pertain to my creative business that I am trying to establish. So that would be any actual writing content, content creation, anything surrounding my author business, my YouTube channels, my blog, and anything that focuses on like branding and the growth of those businesses. Heart and home is marriage, motherhood, and home. So home projects and decorating, my kids, and the rest of my family, my marriage, friends, and community. Restoration is health, rest, wellness, and spirituality. So that's movement, mind, mood, self-compassion, and contentment. Glow is personal development, interests, and growth. So it is sort of working on or doing things that relate to my evolving style, whether it is like my personal style, the style of like my home, whatever it may be, hobbies, beauty routines and rituals, and joyful living. Creative inspiration is curiosity, creativity, and evolving. So that is mostly as it pertains to my work, my creative work. So it would be creative education, skill building, tech tools, any kind of workshops or courses that I think will help me in these ways. And then finally, flourish is finances, big dreams, and sort of the second act of my life. So business income, business goals, budget and spending, any sort of big dreams. Like I sort of have this big dream of buying a vacation cottage on Lake Michigan, savings, retirement. So that you will know what I'm talking about when I get into these things. So let's get back to my habits. So before we go into this week and kind of setting my action steps, I review the week that is ending. So My goals this week in Creative Studio, my major focus was to be the path towards publishing. So I wanted to finish the edits that I needed to do in Act 1 of the book that I want to publish, and start Act 2 edits. I needed to finish Q3 content planning. I needed to plan content for the book release, and then I wanted to write all of the blog posts that I want to post in July. I did finish the edits to Act 1. I started Act 2, but I did not finish them. I really need to look in my planner to see how far I got on my Q3 content plan. I did some, but I don't remember if I finished it. I have not planned anything for my release, and I did finish writing all of July's blog post, so go me. For Heart and Home, my main focus was to declutter. So we had a donation that was going out on Friday to Goodwill. So I wanted to focus on closets and dressers in our master bedroom to clean out, to give for donations, or to get rid of if it was, like very tattered and used and all of that kind of stuff. So I did that. Donations went out on Friday morning. And then the other one was to hang art in our living room. I have two pieces of art. One is a framed painting that our son did, and another one is just like a print of something that I wanted I needed my husband to hang up. I can hang them myself. However, my husband prefers to do it because I hang art based on vibes. There's no measuring, there's no level, there's no nothing involved. I just kind of eyeball it and go ahead and hammer in the nail and put the frame up there. That drives him a little, it makes him a little bit twitchy. So he would prefer to hang the art. This is where we have issues, because I will say, okay, can you hang these two things? And he will say, sure. And he will even go so far as to get out his level and his pencil and his, I don't know, whatever else he needs, his, tape measure, all of the things. And then, is the art hung? It is not. It is still leaning up against the wall in our living room. So we have made some progress. We're just not there. And part of me wants to take this off my list because it's not something that I'm doing. So ideally, I want to give up worrying about it and trying to control it. But also, if I take it off my list, I will forget to remind my husband, and both of us will walk past it a million times and it will just be there. And then at some point I'll get frustrated and take both pieces of art to the garage where they will live for eternity. And I don't want to do that. The next category is restoration, and this is where I really wanted to lean into some routines, whether they were routines that I am trying to establish or already established. We, like this week 27, I was still trying to like get into the groove of it, and this week I'm still trying to get into the groove of it. I am journaling daily, so I can cross that off, although I will likely move it into an action step for next week because it is a new routine that I am trying to cultivate. I did not update my memory journal, but I'm hoping to do it today. But we did make progress in that I decided exactly which book I wanted to do that in, which has kind of been a struggle for me this year. And I went ahead and printed out a bunch of photos, like several months worth of photos to update my memory journal. And I also pulled out my old daily pages from several months back so that I could incorporate some of those thoughts into my memory journal. So we're working on it. Strength and cardio workouts. I ended up doing 2 cardio, but I only did 1 strength workout. Those will move into the next week because I'm trying to get back into the habit of working out regularly. And yeah, been on the struggle bus with that one as well. My action steps for Glow were to engage in a creative hobby more and to do my full morning routine at least 4 times this week. I did not do that, I don't think. I need to go back and actually look at my habit tracker. I may have, but I did it some of the days, so I give myself a little dot. I did not do this at all. I have a like paint by numbers painting that I really want to do. I did not break into that at all. I also have had my watercolors pulled out and I haven't done anything with those either. So that's also going to move into this week, I think. Curating inspiration. The focus was to invest in my business and my skill set. So I wanted to research how I want to do formatting for my book, which I did a little bit. I did some research on. I have not made a decision on whether I want to go ahead and research it myself or format it myself, buy Vellum, which is like a formatting software, although it's kind of pricey, or pay someone to do it for me. So I need to figure that out this week. I did newsletter research and I am just going to go ahead and set it up through Squarespace. Finish the business book that I am reading and take notes. I took notes. I'm still not finished with it. And then finish this publishing course, self-publishing course that I paid for. I did make some progress on it. I'm not finished with it yet, and I did not watch any tutorials on how to use iMovie, or is there a better software for my MacBook? If you make videos, please help me out. Do you use iMovie or do you use something else? I'm not opposed to paying for something else. On my old laptop, I used Filmora editing. And I haven't figured out like if I can. I'm sure I can install it on my MacBook, but I need to figure that out. Or is there something better to use with MacBooks than iMovie? If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't enjoy iMovie. Like, I don't feel like it's very like intuitive, or maybe it's because I am used to using I don't know what the other operating system would be called, but I'm used to using an operating system that is not like iOS. So the learning curve is kind of steep. I don't like the way it's set. Like, there's so much about it that I just don't find super intuitive. And as a result, I'm not really enjoying editing, which is something in the past that I actually enjoy doing. if if I wasn't enjoying it, at least I didn't mind doing it. And I'm currently finding it the most tedious process of content creating, and I would like to not feel that way. So I need to do something in terms of figuring out how I want to create my videos this week. And then flourish, the action steps in this final category. Well, I should say the focus of this category was to figure out my sales plan for my book launch and spending. So sales plan in terms of I really wanted to try to figure out some sales goals. It is really kind of hard when you're an indie author because people don't really discuss their numbers like that, and I don't really blame them. I don't know. It is what it is. I think, like everything else, talk around like money is very, it can be very guarded because there's a lot of judgment around like money and money talk. So I totally get it, but it does not make it super easy when you're like trying to figure things out for yourself. So my action steps this week were to sort of integrate this into my business plan, which is still like a working kind of document to set sales goals and to track spending and expenses. And I did this, but I'm not fully caught up. So that will move into this week, and I really did not do any of this. So, all right, let's move on to actually looking at this week. One of the other things that I do before I go in and set my weekly action steps is to look at my Conbon board. This is something that I took from HB90 along with the sort of task block portion of her system that I find really, really helpful. So these at the top are all of the things that I want to accomplish in July. They are color coded as of now. So pink is everything writing related. That sort of neonish yellow refers to blog posts. The orange is anything related to YouTube video. The blue is content related stuff, and then the mustard color yellow is like personal stuff, anything related to me personally. So I can move, let's see, I can move Act 1 down to completed. I can move Prep Week 2 blog post down to completed. Still working on that. Still, I can do research newsletter services down to completed. So these are tasks. These are the tasks that are in progress, and these are the tasks that are finished. So actually, oh, you know what? I can't move this down to finish because I still need to do the photos for them. So all of my blog posts are written, but they all, no, I'll leave that one up there. They still need photos. I am still working on my blurb. I can do this. So I am prepping. Oh no. I finished week 2. So let's go up here to week 3 videos. Week 3 strength workouts. I'll put those there. I don't think there's anything else I can move. Girls' night out. I need to confirm that we are actually still going out on Saturday for my friend's birthday. So this is what the board is looking like now. Okay, so let's do focus for my creative studio. So obviously I need to finish Act 2. I also need to update or rewrite the blurb. Let's put it that way. Oh, let me double check my planner for, I don't think I have anything for September content, but I do have okay, so I have August. I'm going to put specifically plan September content. August is planned. Oh, do I have white out here? I'll see if I can find some. I still need plan launch content specifically. And then July blog photos. And that is for both of my blogs. I have an author blog and then just like my regular blog. So I am going to put book edits for focus. And content plan. And create. Okay. Then for heart and home, I need to confirm girls' night. I also need to plan we want to host a dinner party for some of our neighbors. And I don't need to fully plan the dinner party, but I do need to get together with my husband, pick a date, and then float that date to the neighbors so we can kind of start the conversation about what works best for everyone, and then go ahead and get it on everyone's calendars. And then I also want to, and I don't know how to word this, I want to do a little like mini makeover for my bathroom. My husband and I have separate bathrooms. And so I want to do a little mini makeover in my bathroom, and I also want to finish the sort of refresh for our bedroom. But, well, I mean, my husband does not really care like how I decorate my bathroom, but I do need to kind of go over the like what I think I'm going to spend doing it, and then kind of talk about what we want to, I was going to say what we want to happen in the bedroom, what we want, what else we need to do in terms of decorating, redecorating the bedroom, and how much we want to spend doing that. So I don't know how to put that into words. Maybe, let's see, aesthetic, let's just see, bath and bedroom. Let's just do ideas and costs. Okay, and I think that's it for that. So the focus can be on, let's see, social, activities, and a home refresh. Okay. And then for restoration, I am just going to do pretty much the same thing. So focus on routines. So I want to journal daily. Memory journal. Let's see, and backfill. And then we will do the same. 2 times strength. Let's just do 2 times cardio, 1 time strength. Although I don't, like, we do not have one single thing planned for the week, so glow, I did not really have a focus that I named last week. Let's just do I don't know, let's just do having fun. do we even talk about having fun as like an adult? I don't know that I ever really do, or like say things are fun. Oh, you know what? We are also wanting to go to the movies this week with our son. But yeah, I don't ever really talk about things in terms of them like being fun. So we are going to say, work on painting. Okay, I have no idea where that cut off because I was just rambling and my memory card was full. So anyway, I just want to commit to reading one book this week and then do my full AM routine, especially this week because we don't have anything officially planned, and I think it just becomes too easy for me to just spend like days in my pajamas, which is not great for my mental health. And it's supposed to rain all week, which means we won't even probably be swimming. So yeah, there's that. Curating inspiration. I want to, yeah, focus just on business. So I want to do the same thing. So I want to finish business book. I want to finish course. I need to decide on formatting so that I can either budget for buying a program or having someone do it for me if that's the decision I'm going to go in. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do in terms of editing my content. So, and then flourish is more on, yeah, update business plan. I'm gonna put with sales goals. And then I need to just continue to log spending. So this is just gonna do so that is everything that I want to be able to do to kind of further my goals and hopefully getting things to where they need to be. I don't know that I have talked about it here, but on my author channel, I started a 6-month challenge, which essentially is like getting my shit together in the next 6 months and kind of transforming my life into what I really want it to be. And so breaking my goals down into these weekly action steps definitely helps me in that regard. I will link that video down below if you are interested in checking it out. So that is a quick little, hopefully it's quick. I don't know how quick it is actually because I just was talking my face off. So we'll see once I get it together how quick it is. But this is really how I go through and figure out my goals every week. So I hope that you found this video helpful in some ways. Maybe you could incorporate this into how you do your goal planning. And if you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, then click the subscribe button down below and turn on your notifications. I try to have 2 videos a week up, one on Tuesday, one on Friday. So I will see you on Friday. Thanks so much for spending part of your day hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.